hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, planning board meeting, Monday, December 4th, 6 p.m., West Warwick Town Council Chambers. Item 1, approval of the minutes. Let's entertain a motion to approve the minutes for last month's meeting.
Can we do a quick roll call?
Good idea. We'll do a quick roll call first.
Josh Barrett.
Yeah.
Anthony Petracca.
Here.
Joe Bardosit.
Here.
Felix Apollonia.
Here.
Joe DiMartino.
Here.
Wayne Miller.
Here.
Okay, item 1, approval of the minutes.
I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes. Second.
Any discussion? No, hearing none. All those in favor of approving of the minutes?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Item 2, public meeting. Minor subdivision, 78 Lonsdale Street. Applicant TriStar Construction. The owner is the state of Lucille Pertula, care of Paula Millette. Location 78 Lonsdale Street, assessors plat 11, lot 85, residential R10, land area 2.3, number of lots 3. Engineer Boyer Associates. Yeah, okay. It's requesting preliminary approval to subdivide a 2.3 acre parcel with an existing dwelling to create 3 new conforming lots. 1 lot with an existing dwelling and 2 new lots. Okay. Is there someone here to speak in favor of this application?
Mr. Chairman, it's on. Terrific.
It's on, all right.
Great. Thomas Cronin, Nolan Bernero, Cronin Farrar, 1070 Main Street, Coventry, Rhode Island, to the applicant, TriStar Construction, Inc. I'm greatly relieved that you said the owner's name. I was wondering how I was going to figure out how to say that. I was at a loss. At any rate,
Aren't you the owner's attorney?
I'm the applicant's attorney.
Okay.
So we're here for a preliminary public hearing on a minor subdivision. As you noted, 78 Lonsdale Street in West Warwick. It's off Cohasset Avenue, AP 11, lot 85. Currently is 2.31 acres in 1 lot. We're not seeking any street creation. It's all street front property. It's in an R10 zone, which requires 10,000 square feet minimum. There's a single-family home on the property right now. That is proposed to be on Lot C, one of the lots, but it is going to be maintained. It's not going to be knocked down or anything like that. That will continue to exist. Proposing 3 lots, A, B, and C. Lot A, 3/4 of an acre, 100 feet of frontage. Lot B, just under 3/4 of an acre with 100 feet of frontage. And then Lot C, the existing home, a little bit more acreage, 0.8 and 125 feet of frontage. All the lots have the required 30-foot front setback, 10-foot side setback, and rear setback, and they're all conforming in area as well. The proposal is to build new modest homes on lots A and B. They're proposed to be 26 by 30, 3-bedroom colonials, 2-story, with an attached garage, 24 by 24. They'll have direct street address onto Lonsdale Street. They have available water, available sewer. There are no wetlands on the property, and the proposed houses are staggered, so it fits with a little more conformity. The board will undoubtedly notice that there is a slightly less than straight line between lots B and C, as there is an existing fence and a pool area that will be circumvented by the property line. We may have to cut off some of the pool patio area, plant some privacy trees there, when we build the new house. Just so it looks nice. It's not really a zoning regulation, but just so the board has an idea of what kind of approach we're going to take on that. We're seeking minor subdivision approval, and we're seeking to go to final administratively if the board so approves.
Thank you. Any questions? Any comments about this? Simple, seems simple, straightforward to me. This is not a public hearing, all right?
No.
So, I don't know, this seems simple and straightforward to me. I would entertain a motion that we approve it and we go to administrative final.
I'll move the motion to approve it. Second?
Further discussion? Not? No, it's not a public hearing, no public hearing. This is just this is our responsibility. So, any further discussion? Not? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bobby.
Have a nice Christmas, Happy New Year.
Same to you. Same to you.
No emergency meetings.
No, yeah, we'll have one on Christmas Eve.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you. Good luck with it. Thanks. Item 3, public meeting, request for extension, Wakefield Street condominium, applicant Armindo and Maria Morado. Owner Armindo and Maria Morado, location 550 Wakefield Street, assesses plat 38, portion of 19 and lots 21, 22, and 134, residential R10, 3.15 acres. The engineer is Boyer Associates. Applicant is requesting a one-year extension of the preliminary approval in accordance with Forest subdivision and land development regulations. So I'm here to speak for the applicant. Okay. We don't have our attorney with us.
No, you can swear him in.
We can swear him in?
Yeah,
Okay, you want to swear him in?
you can go ahead.
All right, raise your right hand. You promise to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay.
What is your name, sir?
Armindo Morado.
All right, I'm in the row. Okay. So what do you want? You want a one-year extension? Of
Yes, please.
The existing approval, no changes, no modifications?
No changes, no
Everything
modifications.
else exactly the same?
Yes.
Just for one more year? Okay. Any questions of Mr. Morado? Yeah.
Just, why is the need for an extension?
I had a little setback which then resolved, and as we speak, they're gonna start working on it Wednesday, which is 2 days from now. So personal setback has been resolved, so we're back on track, and we're gonna keep moving as far as I know. So we're not gonna, no more stalling, we're just gonna keep moving as long as I'm allowed to.
You seem to be making some progress there.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm a little bit disappointed. I should have been far ahead more a year ago, and this thing that happened, it happened. I can't control that, but I'm on track. I gotta get it resolved, and it's gotta go forward. Otherwise, I'm gonna be grayer than I already am in a few.
Any other questions? Again,
Move the motion.
Is there a second?
Second the motion.
All right, there's a motion been placed and seconded to approve this extension of 1 year. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 4. Okay. Item 4, public meeting. Waiver and modification of planning board approval. Orchard, also known as Hunter's Reserve, applicant 55 Plus LLC, owner CWW LLC, and Bradford Sternbach LLC. Location North Pleasant Street, assessors plat 1, lots 85, 145, and 529, residential R8, land area 22.37. Engineer Dupree Engineering Associates. The applicant is requesting a waiver modification in accordance with the subdivision and land development section of the stipulation imposed upon the subject development by the planning board in June of 2009. The applicant is specifically requesting a waiver modification of stipulation F, which reads, fee in lieu of $2,500 per dwelling shall be paid in advance of the issuance of a building permit for each dwelling unit. Is there someone here to speak for the applicant?
Chairman and the board members, my name is Ronald Dunbar, and I'm here on behalf of the applicant and the owner. The owner is actually 55 Plus LLC. It's the same as the applicant.
Okay. Are you the attorney?
I am.
Okay, thank you.
So we're seeking a waiver of the fee in lieu that was imposed back in 2009. My client bought the property in May of 2016. It's located on North Pleasant Street, and it's known as the Orchard. It's a much smaller development than was originally approved back in 2009. It's now a 91-unit, over 55 development to be done in 2 phases. The first phase is 24 units. The second phase is 67 units. Development's underway on phase 1. The entire land is 22.37 acres. And if I may, I've brought a more manageable plan than the one that was attached. It's larger and it's in color. If I could, I have 2 extra copies if I could hand them up.
You gotta mark them as exhibits, right?
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
You've already seen it.
No, I haven't, but
Not really?
I've seen a smaller version.
I really didn't know what I was looking at, to be honest with you, before.
So this is the entire development. It's 22.37 acres, and the prior development was 123 units when this fee was imposed. It was 30 more units than we have today. We only have 91 units in total. Apparently, the earlier developers who did not develop the project were unwilling to comply with the open space requirements. My client is complying with the open space requirements. As you can see, the green area is all of the open space. It's 12 acres of open space. And Deprete Engineering had done the calculations to see what the open space requirements would be, and it comes out to be 4.6 acres. And 5% of that needs to be usable. According to Deprete's calculations, there's 12 acres of open space, all of which is usable. Under the regulations, only 0.23 acres would need to be usable in this project. And if you look at the clubhouse, which is in green, just that small grassed area around that comprises 0.16 acres of the 0.23 that needs to be usable. The rest is obviously picked up in the rest of the green area, which is all open space. The whole concept behind this orchard development is open space. It's fruit trees, it's walking paths. There's a lot of areas to walk dogs, areas to go jogging. I mean, it's a very wide open development, and the owner is very passionate, to say the least, about this orchard-type theme with the fruit trees, and he envisions his residents to be out there, picking cherries, picking apples, and enjoying nature. So it's his desire and his plan, as you can see, to have quite a bit of open space. The project has been a little bit difficult for him in his development. It's a tough area up there. It's a lot of rock, but he's making great progress. This fee of $2,500, in addition to having this open space requirement, has become a hardship. And we feel that in lieu of that fee, since we are complying with the open space requirements and far exceeding them, that we'd ask that that fee in lieu be waived so that we can continue to develop the project. And it's a project that had sat dormant for almost 10 years before my client bought it and decided to get going.
Yeah, I went by there over the weekend. I saw that there was an open house taking place, so, and the building was nearly completion. Was a building permit taken out for that, do you know?
Absolutely, I believe so. That's
So
the,
did they pay the $2,500 for that,
yes.
for those 2 units?
So,
Just in looking at the plan, doesn't look like and from what I could see out at the site, that what's being set aside for recreational use doesn't look like it's appropriate for recreational use. I mean, that's just my personal opinion from having gone out there and tried to walk the site. It's hard right now because it's under construction. I have that. There's a lot, like you said, ledge outcroppings everywhere. It just doesn't look like, so I just want to say that based on my observation, I am prone to think that waiving the fee is inappropriate. That's just my opinion, and I'd like to hear from the other board members.
So on here, you show open space and you show your retention pond, detention basin 3, detention basin 2, which are what we consider not use, as
Right.
what you said.
Right.
But then I get over to proposed detention basin 1, and on that map, you said everything in green
Yeah.
is proposed use. So how can this detention pond,
Both-
how can this detention pond over
They're
here
all-
be a,
They're all shown green.
yeah,
They're
so,
all shown green, all three of them.
okay.
Um,
And I don't, you talked about access, walking the dog, and I don't see where a proposed detention basin would be. I mean,
And,
I
you know,
don't know, I'm just asking the question. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, and you mentioned walkway, pathways for people to go through, trails, if you will.
three.
And there's no evidence of that on the map, on the plan. So and frankly, my biggest concern is what's gonna stop another developer to come in and say, hey, I'm gonna put in more, I'm gonna take out a couple units and I wanna get waived, a couple $100,000 in fees. So I'm prone to vote against, is what I can tell you right now. Others?
I just having a hard time understanding the detention basins, because
Yeah.
he's got these marked off as wetland,
wetland
no
area.
access zone,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
can't literally utilize it, you can utilize the detention basin for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Mark, any thoughts?
Any thoughts?
No, the calculation for density in the zoning code
Yeah,
and the requirement for the open space is in development review regulations.
okay,
They can be read differently and they can be read inconsistently, but at a minimum, it's 7,500 square feet per unit for density of development. So if you calculate that in, that's eliminating some of the open space they're asking for a waiver from. So the two are slightly incompatible. Also,
Okay.
it's up to the board's discretion. It's not up to the discretion of the applicant.
yeah,
What is determined, whether it be open space or whether it be a fee in lieu thereof. That's the way the development review regulations read. So it really is up to the prerogative of the board and not the developer.
yeah.
No, the purpose of the $2,500 is an impact fee?
It's a fee in lieu of open space, basically.
Oh.
So typically, if you had, this is a condominium development, so it's slightly different than subdivision. If you have a subdivision, there's a calculation that's done for open space for subdivision based on units, and typically what would happen is if a developer would be required to forfeit buildable land for recreational facilities. In this particular instance, I believe, I've only been here 3.5 years, but every condo development I've looked at, the fee in lieu of has been imposed on,
Yeah.
because condominium developments by their nature are private property, and they're not open to use by the general public.
Right.
Although the regulations do read for
It-
residents of
Right,
the
in
development.
I see.
a single-family housing subdivision, each individual lot, though, is not considered part of the
That is
set-aside.
correct.
So, but on a condominium, they all own.
It's common land,
It's common
owned
land.
in common with.
It's
all
owned in common, but if I were to take a look at this map and mentally plot a parcel of land around each of them, I would end up with nowhere near enough green space,
Based on the zoning, no, you wouldn't.
based on zoning.
Do you have a private trash pickup for this complex? Or you have dumpsters somewhere, or?
Presently,
Yeah, what's the plan for trash removal and all that?
I believe it's dumpsters.
So that's not located here as a non-usable space either. I would think, because those would have to be fenced in.
Here it's dumpsters are not allowed.
Oh, dumpsters
So,
not,
If you read all of
now
dumpsters
this,
are not allowed.
and, this was originally approved a long time ago,
2009, I believe.
2009.
2009.
Do we have, and how is, this plan, you've increased the green space.
Yes.
Well, what has actually changed on the plan?
So the number of units have gone down from 123 to 91.
Yeah. And because it's a condominium, I'm, as I said, I'm reluctant to accept it.
To answer the question about the trash removal, one of the stipulations in the original approval, no large dumpsters shall be placed in the site, all refuse removal shall be by individual unit owners of use of private trash containers, so it's curbside.
Curbside pickup, okay. So, okay.
Yeah, I see it, Borders Cranston.
So in the calculation, you're saying that the common area land would be included in the open space?
Yeah, so
Is there a large contiguous parcel of land, or is this all broken up based on,
So the contiguous parcel of land that can satisfy the open space requirement is the area around the clubhouse, and then there's other pieces of land around it that make up the rest of that.
I don't envision a member of the public driving in there, getting their lounging chair out to go get a suntan near someone's condominium or clubhouse. I just don't see it.
But,
I just, you know,
but I'm concerned that every other condominium development that we've approved has paid the $2,500 per unit. And that's the biggest concern for me, because if we approve this, every other condominium developer in town's gonna come back and they're gonna ask to get it waived.
Oh, and then they're gonna fight us, and then they're gonna use this.
Yeah, right, we set a
Against
bad
them,
precedent, we're setting a bad precedent if we
Yeah.
approve this. So, at this point, I'll entertain a motion that we deny the request.
I'll move the motion to the
Second.
It's moved and seconded to deny the applicant's request. Any further conversation? Let's vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? The motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, may I just, Mr. Dunbar, I don't know what the formal mailing address of 55 Plus LLC is. We have 105 Memorial Boulevard in Newport.
Yes,
And we did send a notice of violation for some cutting into the buffer to that address, and it was not received, so it was returned to us.
okay, yeah, that is the mailing address.
Okay, so I would like to be able to just give this to you, and I'll send out
Sure.
another certified, if that's
Absolutely.
okay with you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 5, administrative subdivision approval for informational purposes. Do you have a plan?
There should be a plan attached. Is there not a plan attached?
No, I didn't see it.
There must have been, yeah. Let me see if
We'll look at it.
I- Tell me I forgot to attach the plan.
You got it?
I don't have it. I'm not finding it.
No?
No. Well, I apologize for that. I will provide that plan to you at the next meeting.
I can email it.
Yeah, we can email it out to you.
Okay, it's for administrative purposes.
Yeah, it's just for notification purposes.
Okay. All right, so you can send it.
Basically, I can explain it to you. It was four, like 4,000 square foot lots on Cohasset Avenue. Developer's coming in, he wants to build one house, so he's required to merge those lots and create one lot. So
Okay.
it's basically just
That can be handled
elimination of,
administratively?
it was handled administratively.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Sorry, I didn't,
Yeah.
I overlooked that.
Okay, item 6, public comment. Anyone from the public like to have their say?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, no,
I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.
Beautiful. Nice job, Joe.
This is gonna be a long one.
I know, me too.
I was afraid of